Hey there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's card making video, I am trying to increase my mojo through a challenge. I am participating in the Not Too Shabby Challenge of the month. This is kind of a new thing that the Not Too Shabby shop is doing, and this is challenge number 4. You can see that this challenge has amazing colors in it, so that inspires me to pull out these colors and use them maybe in a way I wouldn't already think of. And to up the challenge factor, I am collaborating with my dear friend Jenn Hartsgrove of Crafts. We challenged each other to play with this color and inspiration board and also to make a slimline card using a specific digital stamp from the Not Too Shabby shop. So we're going to combine that all together and use it to create a card. She's making one too. So after my video, make sure you check in the description box below for a link to Jen's video and you can click over and see what she made. And you can play along with us. Use this inspiration from this video, from this inspiration board, and create a card of your own. You can then play along by inserting a picture into the Not Too Shabby blog or Facebook post for this challenge. I'm gonna leave a link to it below. There is a prize to be given away and you have until July 31st to play along with us. So if you ever find yourself having a hard time coming up with ideas, a challenge is always a great way to do it, and combining that with stamping with a friend, even if it's through distant miles, because I'm in Idaho and Jen's in Maine, but we find this a really fun way to connect with each other by collaborating together. So enough talking, let's jump into the stamping fun. Here's one more look at the inspiration board for this challenge, because you can use flowers, you could use an outdoor night scene, a lightning scene, and the colors. There's so much inspiration there. Now let's look at the Not Too Shabby shop. If you click on stamps and then digital stamps, it's going to bring up all the digital stamps that this shop has to offer. I'm going to be using, and so is Jenn, the Waffle Cone Ice Cream digital download. There are 4 downloads that you get with this purchase. This is the one that has the texture on the waffle cone. There's one without. There's one that's already colored for you and a sheet of sentiments to go with it. And it's $2.99. Kind of fabulous. And you can scroll through and see all the other amazing downloads that she has. I have several of these and have used them a lot. So if you want inspiration on digital stamps, I will have a link to that playlist at the end of this video. Now let's take a look at this digital stamp in my Cameo Silhouette design space. I am taking the image and replicating it. I wanted to show you how I made a mirror image of it, and it's really easy. I have the kind of advanced software version and was able to flip this, so I have one that's mirrored from the way that it came. So that's just one of the things I love about using a digital program like this with my digital stamps, is I'm able to size them the way that I want. I'm able to make mirror images. I'm able to overlap them. I love it. I love digital stamps for this reason. So I'm going to go ahead and print that out. You can see there's registration marks around there, and that's so my Cameo Silhouette knows how to line this up and then cut it out. So if you are interested in this, I have more videos on this in the playlist at the end of this video on digital stamps. So make sure you check that out because I think it's so much fun, but you can easily fussy cut these as well. So now I am peeling these off and you can see they have a really nice cut line all the way around them. I've made this in different sizes. I have mirrored images. It's so much fun. Okay, now it's time to color. So of course my colors today are inspired by the challenge. So I am starting out with some V markers and coloring the bottom half of the cone with my lightest color being V01. And at the top I am doing blue, and I'm going to have these blend together. This is like one of my favorite things to do right now. You may have seen me do it a few times on some mermaids. So now at the bottom I'm bringing in my darkest color V15 and adding in everywhere that I want there to be a shadow. I'm going to blend blend and soften that line out with V12, which is my mid-tone marker, I'm coloring over what I already colored and then making that line wider and fatter. Then I can go over the whole thing again with my lightest color, V01, and I'm going to continue working on that area where the blue and the purple are going to blend together. Back to the top half, I'm using B02 as my darkest color. Then I felt like, oh gosh, I want to sharpen up those dark lines a little bit on the purple, so I did a little touch up down there. I just feel like Copic markers, alcohol markers in general are very forgiving, and that you can go back and do that until you get the blend that you like. So my mid-tone there was BG02, and then I have my B000 as my lightest going over that, going back and forth between my two lightest colors where they meet to really show a blend there. I liked these colors for ice cream because huckleberry is like a really popular flavor in Idaho. They grow here naturally in the wild, so people like to go hunting and pick them. Some people do grow them, but it's kind of a fun thing. And then we have all kinds of things like huckleberry jam, huckleberry syrup, huckleberry taffy, huckleberry pie, huckleberry ice cream. Yeah, it's just like everywhere. So I thought it'd be fun to do this huckleberry ice cream that maybe blends into something else, like maybe blueberry. Would that be fun? Or maybe cotton candy. Is cotton candy ice cream sometimes blue? Anyway, I am using some browns on the bottom half of this cone. And let's talk about this challenge really quick. So if you want to play along, Not Too Shabby has their own Facebook page, Scrappin' Stampers. I'm going to link it for you below. You can find this post and then click and add a post and put your picture in there to play along. One winner will be selected and they will win a $15 gift card to the Not Too Shabby shop. So here's my three ice cream cones. One of them you can see I colored the blue on the bottom and the purple on the top. Next, I am bringing out the Faux Embossed watercolor paper from the July box of the month from Not Too Shabby. The box itself is sold out, but you can still get this amazing paper pack from the shop. I'll have it linked below too. And guess what? As a member of the design team, I get to give you 10% off whatever you want to order at the Not Too Shabby shop. So when you click my shopping link below to Not Too Shabby, use the code N2S10 to get that discount. All the details about all the cool things, yeah, down below. Okay, so I picked out the blue paper I wanted to use, and now I am going to die cut this frame from Trinity Stamps that has the stripes, and it's slimline, and it's my favorite, from purple cardstock to layer my patterned paper onto. So now I'm just playing around with my colored ice cream cones, figuring out where I want them to go, how I want them to lay out. And once I have that figured out, I'm going to bring in my glue and glue these in place. So I've sped this up because I can be slow about things. Yeah, so thank goodness for editing, and I can speed this up. I'm going to trim off the edges here, of course, because they're overlapping quite a bit, but I didn't want to waste them because that is some teeny tiny coloring of little squares, and I worked hard on them. So I'm going to glue those ends back on and really fill in this background, and I am loving how it looks. So cool. So there's my background, and then for my sentiment, I thought I would take this mini slimline stitch die set from Not Too Shabby, die cut a piece from the center to put my sentiment on. It didn't work. I don't like it. But hey, I did not waste that piece. You're going to see how I use it later. But here I'm gluing it down to that little banner, but it ended up being longer than I wanted. So I'm just going to take some foam strips, put them on the back of my sentiment, and pop it directly onto my card. And I'm going to be inventive in the use of that rectangle, just not wasteful, really. So that's going to go right across the center, and it looks great all by itself because I did a bubble cut around it in my Cameo Silhouette studio. So I love it. Just like that. Next, I'm adding some gems. These are Gina Marie Design Rainbow Gems. They came in the July box of the month from Not Too Shabby, and you cannot go wrong with a set of rainbow gems. there's every color there. So I'm using the blue color. It's kind of a purplish pink I'm pulling out, as well as the more clear or silver ones, and making little clusters of 3 over and around and on this card. And I think it looks great. It's the perfect little embellishment. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of drops of ice cream. I'm going to glue my panel onto that striped piece so that I have a little stripe all the way around, and then I'm going to glue this onto an 8.5 by 7 card base that I've scored at 3.5, and just going to make sure I really press down those edges that have a thin line of glue on that die cut background. There we go. I took a piece of that purple patterned paper because I love it too. Do you see the embossed detail on that? It's not really embossed, it just looks like it is. And I use one of those mini Slimline dies to create a pocket for a gift card. Now here is that purple piece that I was going to put my sentiment on. I'm gluing it on 3 sides to this little pocket to make it be lifted up off of my card base just the tiniest bit. And that's going to give me a little bit of wiggle room to put my ice cream gift card in, because this card says that maybe ice cream would help. And so of course it has to have a gift card, or you could deliver it with ice cream, like a gallon of ice cream or something. Somebody's favorite, maybe they had a bad day, a breakup, I don't know, something like that. Well, the fun is not over. It's now time for you to click the link to Jenn's video, see what she made, and then play along with us. Make a card for this challenge and then share it over on the Scrappin' Stampers Facebook page with a picture of your card, and you could win a $15 shopping spree. Also, if you want to get this download and other cool things from the Not Too Shabby shop, click my shopping link below and use the code N2S10 at checkout for 10% off. I will see you all again very soon on the next video. Happy stamping! Bye!